All right, you can have out your 5-4 worksheet, pause the video, and you can look over the answers to see how you did on it. All right, and then on the back side, I think we did number 25, correct? All right, for number 25, we're going to kind of talk through these ones. It says a census is a survey that counts people. In the United States, a census is taken every 10 years. Presidential elections are held every 4 years. The year 2000 was both a census year and a presidential election year. So in the year 2000, we had a census, and the census gathers data on people. And in the year 2000, we also elected a new president. It says, what is the next year that there will be a presidential election and a census? So we want to know when they're both going to happen again. So you could go about this a couple different ways. I saw on quite a few people's papers, they started with the year 2000. So I'm going to start with 2000 because that was the last time they both happened. And then I'm going to label one column the census. And I'm going to label the other column the presidential election. So I'll put election here. So the census is a survey that counts people. It collects information about people. And it happens every 10 years. So if the census happened in the year 2000, when did it happen again? 2010. And then when did it happen again? And then when did it happen again? And when did it happen again? Yeah. And we could keep going on forever and ever. It happens every 10 years, right? The election happens every 4 years. So if we elected a president in the year 2000, when did we elect another one? 2004, and then when? 2008, and then 2012. What we're looking for is when they're going to happen at the same time. So far, in the year 2000, they happen at the same time. Have we doubled up again? No. What comes after 2012? What comes after 2016? Now we've doubled up. See how the census and the election both happen again in 2020? Which is interesting because we just lived the year 2020, and guess what happened? The census and the presidential election. I actually was walking down the road one day, and there was a lady who was working for the census driving down my road trying to find a house that didn't turn in their census information. So it's kind of interesting. So 2020, the census happened and an election happened. So when it says what is the next year, there will be a presidential election and a census. 2020. We just lived it. I saw quite a few people had their answer listed as 2040. It is going to happen again in the year 2040, but it also just happened in 2020, and it wanted the next year. See? What's that? Yeah, yep. But we re-elect the president every 4 years. So a president can serve for 8 years total, but after 4 years, they have to get re-elected to stay again. Go ahead. Oh, I see your logic. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. The wording of the question wanted the next year from 2000, but I see what you're saying, that you assume 2020 already happened because it's 2021. That makes sense. All right, now number 26 wants to know how many times in the next 90 years will both occur in the same year? You got 4? So 2020, 2040, 2060, and 2080. So I would say 4. Yep, 4 times. And when was the last time both the census and the presidential election occurred in the same year prior to 2000? That would be the next one. It would be 1980. Very good. 1980 was the time before that. Very good. I love it. So those were the answers to the back and a little discussion about it. Did anyone want me to go over any questions on the front of 5-4? Or did you do okay with LCM? So I want you guys on this 5-4 worksheet here. I am going to be assigning homework from the 5-4 and the 5-2 worksheet. The 5-4 worksheet right at the top right here, please write LCM. And what does LCM stand for? Least common multiple, all right? When you are doing the 5-4 homework, You need to find the least common multiple of numbers. So on the front page, I would like you guys to do number 12, 13, and 20. So 12, 13, and 20 on the front of your 5-4 worksheet. Let's flip to the back. And yes, I'm so sorry. On the back, I want you to do 23 and 24. So on the back of the 5-4 worksheet, 23 and 24. Now flip to your 5-2 worksheet. And 5-2, very good. Somebody just said write GCF on it. Yes. At the top of 5-2, I want you to write GCF. And for GCF, I want you guys to do number, let's see, 5, 5 and 10, 5 and 10 on the front of 5-2, 5 and 10. And then on the back, I want you guys to do number 22. Number 22. Yes. No, great question. Do this without a calculator, okay? No calculator. GCF and LCM. Raise your hand if you can explain to me the big difference between the two of them. Just as a quick review. The process is nearly the exact same for both of them, but there's one big difference. Yes, very good. For greatest common factor, we want the greatest amount of garbage, so you throw the leftovers away. For least common multiple, you want the least amount of garbage, so you need to recycle those leftover numbers. By the way, you do not, if you were